Yeah.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome in. You found us once again. Shoot the Gap, the Rabbit Hole Fantasy Football Focus Show, here to help you to be gruntled with your fantasy football team and your fantasy football decisions. I am humble host Brian Baldwin, and of course, right on the other side there, Connor the Gut Marshal. How you doing, Connor?
I'm doing good, Brian. I'm doing good. One of my teams is actually doing really good in fantasy, so it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I think you're doing fine in all of them, dude. Seriously.
No, I'm in first place in my salary league.
Excellent.
I've won like 4 in a row.
Woo! God, I don't even know what that feels like. That's awesome. You got to let me know that. Like after the show, we got to sit down for a little bit. You got to tell me what that feels like. I have no idea what that feels like.
You got to tell me what winning 3 championships in a row feels like. I don't know what that feels like.
Yeah. The fourth, it might be. I don't know what the Lord says. I tell you what it is, dude. It's giving glory to God, and that's how it is.
Nice.
This is now our 174th show, November 14th, in the hopeful year of our Lord, and we have a great show for you today. Yeah, we'll be talking some news. We have some merry early Christmas, and of course the waiver wire targets for Week 11. We also have the start sit for Thursday night games. So there is a lot to do, man. Lot to do. So let's go and jump into this quickly. Let's get started. All right. So let's start with some merry early Christmas. Let's do that. You got
all right. Oh yeah, I got it up.
Okay, cool. Okay, talking with your mouth. All right, here we go. Merry early Christmas. So anybody that's new to the show, first of all, thank you so much. Welcome in. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you enjoyed the show. But merry early Christmas. All of us found that it's easier to hear bad news in a nice way. So I'm going to say merry early Christmas to a certain player's manager. And Connor is going to tell us why. He's going to guess, and he's going to guess all of them right. Because these are easy.
Yep.
You're going to get all of them
every
easy.
time.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and easy. All right, merry early Christmas. Ty Chandler, man.
Ty Chandler. He's a running back, and he's on the someone got injured. He's on the Vikings, right? Because Alexander Madison got injured?
Yes, not only that. Yeah, Alexander Madison was concussed in the third quarter of Sunday's game. He didn't return, but before Madison left the game, both running backs received 8 carries over the first 3 quarters. Chandler was the most successful in that time, producing 40 yards and a touchdown, and Madison averaged more yards after contact per carry. All right, so Chandler ran the ball another 7 times in the fourth quarter once Madison went out, but gained only 4 yards on those carries because the Saints knew the Vikings were running most of the quarter. But players typically miss a week after suffering a concussion, Connor. And the Vikings have a good matchup against the Denver Broncos on Sunday Night Football next week. So, the gift goes to Ty Chandler. And, dude, he took over Cam Akers' role. So it wasn't just it wasn't just Madison. I mean, and Akers was already on his way of taking over Madison. So we'll be talking about Chandler in the waiver wires, but yeah, man. Yeah, merry early Christmas. Merry Christmas. The Dolphins did re-sign Myles Gaskin to the practice squad, but you think that's probably more like an insurance thing?
You mean the Vikings?
What did I say?
Dolphins. His last team.
Vikings. Yes. Vikings. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. I guess when I think Gaskins, I always think of Dolphins. Yeah, for some reason.
Same. Yeah, I thought you were moving on to the Dolphins.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Merry early Christmas. Moving on. Speaking of moving on, merry early Christmas. Christian Kirk manager.
Zay Jones got arrested.
Yes, he was already working his way back from injury, but he was arrested on Monday for misdemeanor domestic battery causing bodily harm and was released from jail today on a $2,503 bond. So it doesn't sound like it's too big, but he's scheduled to appear in court on Wednesday, December 6th. And the Jaguars, of course, saying, they're aware of it. They're gathering information. No comment, blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't seem like Zay Jones is going to be returning to the team anytime soon. And, but right whenever he went down with his injury, that's whenever Christian Kirk popped. So, Merry Early Christmas, Christian Kirk. Yeah, it's going to be what we see is what it's going to be. You know, if you're a Kirk manager and you're worried about Zay Jones returning, I don't think you need to worry about that. Would you agree with that, Connor?
I do.
Yeah. Moving on. Merry Early Christmas, Tyler Boyd.
T. Higgins got injured.
Got it, man. You got it. Yeah, he's unlikely to play. Yeah, in Thursday's game. Yeah, he was officially listed as non-participant on Monday's practice. You know, same. The report hasn't come out on Tuesday, but I'm sure it's gonna be the same. So yeah, with him out, you know, you got Higgins' absence, Jamar Chase nursing a bruised back. Dude, he's he's in a good position. You know, like last week he got like 92% of the snaps. You know, so he had the highest at the wide receiver position, 92%. Yeah, next in line was Chase at 84%.
Yeah, I think Boyd and Irv Smith should both have good games.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have tight ends on bye, so they might be looking for a guy to shoot a shot on. Given that info, Irv Smith seems like a good choice.
What about Trent Irwin?
I don't know who he plays for. Sorry.
He's the wide receiver. He's another wide receiver. He played 82% of the time for the Bengals.
He's like the wide receiver for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe historically the tight ends have gotten a little more love in Cincinnati whenever a wide receiver is out, so that just seems like a more logical step, but I could be wrong.
Last one. Merry Early Christmas, Puka Nacua manager.
Carson Wentz. Let me keep guessing. Don't.
Okay. You only got maybe like 10 seconds more. Just one more guess.
Higbee.
Tyler Higbee. That's your answer.
Higbee/Wentz.
Okay. Los Angeles coach Sean McVay said Monday that the Rams expect Matthew Stafford to start Sunday's Week 11 game against the Seahawks. Yes, the Week 10 bye came at a good time for Stafford after he was forced to miss Week 9 versus Green Bay. The offense got nothing going with Brett Rippin under center, and Rippin was eventually waived a couple of days later. Yes, they did sign Carson Wentz, so you were kind of half right there. But dude, with Stafford's return, now you can confidently play Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua because without him, it was already kind of like a little nervy with Carson Wentz, but now, yeah, dude, you can take a breath, breathe a sigh of relief, play those guys. All was right with the world.
Okay. That's great. I'm so fucking happy to hear that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because I had Kupp in my salary league, so he was like part of my strategy. So if Stafford didn't come back, that was gonna fall through.
Number one just got stronger. Nice. All right. Nice. Okay. Good luck. Dude, hope that, dude, look. Everyone, we need to say this. Ever since the show was created, ever since the show started, okay, there's been a championship won between Connor and I. One of us have won a championship every year that this show has been going. All right, and so Connor right now is currently in first place in one league. So, I need a lot of grace from the Lord. No, one of them I'm in playoff. I am in the playoff, but the other one, okay. But so hopefully we'll keep that streak alive. All right, Connor, let's move on to some news.
Sounds good.
All right,
let's tune in and let's hear what old Mr. Gary has to say.
Oh, you got him up. Excellent.
I got Gary, but my computer is being a fucking bitch and is freezing.
Oh.
So we're just, I know. I had it queued up and everything. I scrolled to the perfect moment.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get it to work. There it is. All right. Ha! You got it.
Okay. All right. So the Buffalo Bills, man, they decided that their offense was indeed offensive and fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, and named quarterbacks coach Joe Brady as their interim offensive coordinator. True or false, Connor? Joe Brady is related to Tom.
False.
That's correct. Dorsey had previously served as quarterbacks coach before being elevated to offensive coordinator in 2022 following the departure of Brian Daboll whenever he went to Daboll when he went to the Giants. So now they're Buffalo, man, they're trying it again. You know, they're elevating their quarterbacks coach, you know, and Joe Brady, he has some experience as an offensive coordinator. He was a member of Matt Rule's staff with the Carolina Panthers from 2020 to 2021. So if you loved that offensive attack, here we go, Buffalo. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts?
I'm mad they should have made fucking Daboll. They should have fired Sean McDermott and made Daboll the coach of the Bills.
Yeah,
like, straight up.
Yeah,
because Daboll made Daniel Jones look good. So obviously he's an amazing coach because only coaching can do that.
It helps. Yeah, definitely. So with this news, are we going to see the awful stuff that we saw with Monday Night Football?
I don't think so. I think we're going to see an improvement.
Okay. So you think that before the show you were talking about something interesting. I think it'd be kind of neat for you to share. You were talking about how you thought that it was the offensive coordinator that was the problem. Go ahead and explain why, because I thought you had an interest.
Yeah, with like the routes they were running?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, being from Houston, we went through a similar time period. I don't know if you remember when Deshaun Watson was on the Texans, and we had a terrible line, and they would always run a lot of long developing plays. Just like this point I'm making right now. It took longer to develop the plays than it is for me to make this point. And it's really fucking frustrating to watch that shit. And you know what happens when you do that? You don't have a good offense. And that's what the Bills are doing. They have great skill position players, in my opinion. Kincaid, who is turning out to be a great rookie tight end. They have another rookie. I don't know his name, but number 10. I know you know who I'm talking about. He's looking good.
Shakur. Yeah.
Shakur, thank you. Shakur's looking good. Knox is looking good. Kincaid. Knox isn't looking good. Knox is looking like Knox, which is a Butterfinger, but Kincaid is.
Knox looking injured right now. Yeah.
Yeah, which is good. He should stay that way.
Yeah.
They do better when he's not with them.
Yeah.
But
it's coming back.
I don't think it's all Josh Allen's fault. I think that he's turnover prone. I think he's a little sloppy, but I don't think that he's dog shit.
What did you think of what do you think of the idea? Speaking of Buffalo, what did you think of the idea of them benching Cook for as long as they did?
I'll be honest. I have really mixed feelings about Cook because he has fumble problems. Because he fumbled in his first game in the NFL. This has been a problem for him. He's fumbled it 4 or 5 times this year.
Well, yeah. Well, I think almost like that many times in the game, especially when he dribbled it.
He put it on the ground twice.
He dribbled it. That was crazy. He dribbled the ball.
I didn't see that. But
you didn't see that? Yeah, he was right.
No,
he fumbled it, and it bounced it and he bounced it. And then yeah, dude, dude, watch it after the show. Watch it. It's gonna be an easy to find highlight. Pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay. So yeah, but when you saw him, he was electric. I mean, he was like the problem that the Broncos have is with fast running backs. You saw that with Cook. You saw that with Breece Hall. You know, so anytime you have any fast running backs, they have a problem with it. So by sitting Cook, they were hurting their team. You know, and you saw what happened. I mean, he was heavily involved. They scored a touchdown. You know, so it's just insane for me for them to do that. It sounds like Buffalo feels the same way. So they went ahead and they fired their coach or offensive coordinator. Dolphins, man, the Dolphins. They announced Monday that Devon Achane, yes, been designated for return from IR. Okay, so we all know about the incredible story of the A&M rookie. Yeah, so tell me, man. He said the head coach did say that it was a strain of the tendon and not a tear. So that means that they might not have to take as long to get him back going. So let me ask you, do you think he's going to be available this?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't sound too happy about it. You're like, oh, yeah.
I just saw some college football news. So I was kind of distracted.
Oh,
it wasn't important. It was just about rankings. But I thought someone lost.
Jumbo Fisher getting fired, upset you. Yeah.
Hook 'em horns. I am so happy that happened. A&M, suck it, each and every one of you.
It was a bad decision. It was a bad decision to fire Jimbo.
I'm glad you guys
he was a
get
great
to deal
recruit.
with the aftermath.
And
it was because you guys don't have him anymore.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, don't say I'm not an actor.
No, you're more of a Longhorn than an A&M fan.
I'm not smart enough to get into where I'm at.
That's not true.
Yeah. No, that's where I'm at. But no, dude. So back to HN. One thing I would say is that if he's going to be available for Sunday, I would still wait, because what we've seen with HN when he came back from his first injury. Remember, this is the second one this year. All right, so like anybody that has Raheem Mostert, don't be all upset. You know, you might not be able to get the numbers you got before, but he's somebody that you want to at least keep, because HN has a long hair injury that dates all the way back to A&M. You know that he has injuries. He's injury prone. Got 2 injuries already. First season NFL season, and so whenever he came back for the first time, they eased him in his first game. Same thing with Jeff Wilson Jr. First game, they eased him in. So, yeah, I think that it looks like even if he's available on Sunday, I don't think he's going to be available on Sunday. I think they're going to take it just a little bit slower with him. So I think that it's going to be, even if he is available, though, Raheem Mostert is going to be a strong start this Sunday. But if he's available this Sunday, then the next Sunday is the when you're. My question for you, Connor, would be, do you think they're going to give him the same workload, HN, that they had before?
No, Mike McDaniel's too smart for that.
Okay. So you think that it's going to be more of a split between the two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. I'm curious, man. You are the biggest Najee Harris believer, even though he helped me get this championship here. No, this one. He helped me get this. And no, it was this one. Sorry. It's like, sorry. Yeah. But you are the believer in Najee Harris. Real quick, let's talk about it. Head coach Mike Tomlin came out, said that now Jaylen Warren is going to be the starting running back for the Steelers. Is that just nomenclature? I mean, is it just a title change? I mean, do you think they're still going to be used the same? Because they're pretty equal.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy into that too much. I think Mike Tomlin's kind of fucking with the media. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's getting like gradually more and more irritable when he deals with them and when they ask him about personnel and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, well,
like they asked him about the whole George Pickens thing, and he tried to act like it wasn't like a thing when it obviously is.
Yeah.
So I just don't believe him.
Okay.
Plus, like Najee scored a touchdown anyway.
Okay. Couple bits of information, or little bits of news, and then we'll move on. Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas has what's being described as a fairly significant knee injury, but it isn't believed to be season-ending. He'll rehab it through week 11. Also, the Saints, the star cornerback Marshawn Lattimore suffered a high ankle sprain on Sunday. Yeah, and again, that was considered. He was carted into the locker room on Sunday. Head coach Dennis Allen, he called this fairly significant. That they're saying that he's going to be he's week to week. That's what they're saying. So, yeah, the Saints, they got weak there, but they signed defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul. I mean, he was last with the Ravens. He got 3 sacks in 14 contests, so 34 years old, whatever. But yeah, that defense just got a little bit less. So yeah, if you're playing against the New Orleans Saints, they're not as feared as as before. Okay, let's go ahead and let's move on. Let's move on to the waiver wire.
Alrighty.
Yeah, all right. So basically, we're gonna go and talk about like just some of the top waiver wire guys, and if you should roster them, and exactly how you should prioritize them. We're gonna talk about those guys real quick, and let's go ahead and let's start with because there's one dude. There's one. It's when we get to the running backs, we'll talk about it. But yeah, the running backs. One of them, dude. I just been hearing. I've been hearing a lot of love about this one guy, but I really want to give my opinion.
Talking about.
Yeah, I want to give my opinion. Yeah, because I'm sure you and I share the same thing. All right, start with quarterback. Okay, now I'm going to go in this first one. I'm just going to go in. This is a who am I guy. We're not going to do everyone this way, just a guy. All right, so he racked up 268 passing yards and 44 rushing yards, scoring a touchdown on the ground and in the air in their victory with his team. He had scored the 10th most fantasy points on the season heading into the week, but was overlooked in Arizona because we knew that Kyler Murray would return. Okay, he was the only quarterback available in at least 60% of fantasy football leagues. Yeah, he put together a strong performance despite missing 2 of his top 3 receivers. Yeah, but they could be back as soon as next week. Who am I?
Dobbs?
Yes! Joshua Dobbs, yes. Minnesota Vikings, yes. Justin Jefferson might be back, but if he's not, KJ Osborne absolutely will be. And this is one thing I'm going to note now, and we'll refer to it when we get to the running back section. But KJ Osborne, he got concussed 2 weeks ago. He was cleared to play medically. He was cleared to play last week, but the Vikings decided to hold him out one more week just to be safe. Okay, I think I know you'll know who I'm talking about there, but that seems to be how the Vikings handle concussion. Just want to make sure and let you. All right,
I got you.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about Joshua Dobbs? Is he high on your priority list if you bye week need a quarterback?
Yeah, he's my quarterback of the week.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're
because I'm assuming that Stroud and Watson and guys like that are already taken.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll definitely assume that stuff. How would you do at Dobbs or how?
Oh, that's a good question. It depends on the week. Week 13, Howell's got a really great matchup against the Chargers, so I'd probably play him that week.
Okay.
I have him rostered in a league for that very purpose.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
That's Josh Allen's spy.
Okay. That's what, next week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from. Oh, jeez. Right whenever you're doing. Yeah. Oh man. Oh,
I'm prepared.
Okay.
I already know.
Okay. All right. So Derek Carr. How do you feel about him? I mean, he got injured.
No.
But bye week.
That's
no. Okay. Gardner Minshew.
Look, let me put it to you this way. If I'm in Alaska and you tell me I need to get to Hawaii and the only car I can drive is Derek Carr, I'm gonna ride a bike.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Not really, but I think you're proving a point.
But it gets my point across.
Yeah. Jeez, man. Holy. Okay. Yeah, that's like an old man story. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I don't know why you would drive to Hawaii, but
No. But,
yeah.
No, I got you, man. No.
Standing by.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
How you feeling about Gardner, man? I mean, he seems he's barely rostered.
You said it best. Barely rosterable.
Well, I'm no rostered. I said rostered.
Oh, well, barely rosterable. That's what I was
see.
saying.
Okay, all right. But
I mean, they're a run first team. I feel like they just have a really low ceiling.
They have the best schedule for fantasy football quarterbacks over the. So
okay,
and they were dealing with a lot of injuries. Josh Downs should be back.
Well, here's the thing: if you're going to be streaming the quarterback position, you want to have 2 guys anyway. Because if you're streaming the position, that means that you don't have a set and forget guy. You don't have an Allen, a Tua, a Mahomes, etc. So you don't want to have just one guy that you're banking on. Because if you just have Dobbs, what happens if Dobbs gets injured? you're fucked because you didn't go out and get a second guy while he was still in the pool.
Okay.
You let someone else get him, and you just rolled with Dobbs. So I think that, you should try to get 2 guys.
Dobbs or Russell Wilson?
Dobbs
or Matt Stafford?
Stafford.
Dobbs or Deshaun Watson?
Watson.
Wow. All right.
Upside.
Dobbs or Jordan Love?
Dobbs.
Yeah, you hate Jordan Love.
He's got better weapons. I hate Jordan Love.
Dude, you know what, man? Yeah. Let me say one thing. A little mea culpa here. You've been preaching about how bad Jordan Love has been from the jump. From if you've been watching Shoot the Gap from whenever we first started.
I think before he was in the NFL.
No.
Already he's a bust.
Well, I was just like when we started talking about draft and going through our draft shows and getting everybody ready for the fantasy football draft. Connor was completely against Jordan Love, even whenever he exploded in the first couple of weeks. Still completely against Jordan Love. And oh my gosh, look at it now. I mean, this is a waiver wire show, so we're going to talk about droppables. Let's talk about droppables on wide receiver. Christian Watson, is he droppable now? Yeah. Romeo Dobbs, is he droppable now?
Well, Dobbs did score a touchdown on Sunday.
Yeah, dude, but he only had 3 targets.
I know he only caught 3 balls. He only had 3 targets.
Yeah, and he has to deal with Reed. He has to deal with Musgrave. He has to deal with Jones. And he has to deal with Jordan Love.
Yeah, man, it's just what I said. It's not an offense you want to invest in for fantasy purposes.
No, not right now. Not right now. If you're in win now mode, and you have those guys on your team, and you need somebody to help that's going to help your team get better, then they're definitely you would say goodbye to them. But Jahan Dotson, yes or no?
Yes, I would drop him.
Okay, drop him. Okay, Calvin Ridley.
No. Okay. Because Zay Jones.
Okay. Zay Jones. Well, but dude, Zay Jones has been out forever. For pretty much the whole season, and Ridley's...
Brian, I'm going to be dead ass with you. If you drop Ridley, I'm picking him up this second. I'm dropping someone and picking him up. So you can drop him if you want to, but as your friend, I don't think you should.
Okay. These are questions people are asking, so...
well, if, anyone out there, if you're going to drop Calvin Ridley, don't. You're welcome.
Yeah. Any other wide receivers you can think of, dude, that you want?
Yeah, Noah Brown.
Noah Brown, somebody you would drop?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I thought we were talking about adding.
Oh, do you want to talk? We can jump. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Can we transition?
Yeah, no, it's a good time to transition. So let's.
And I was right about this. I was talking about this last show.
What, Noah Brown?
Yeah, I mean, the circumstances for him being good aren't the best, but
Here's the thing about Noah Brown, okay, is that I think that the concern that everybody has about Noah Brown is that he blew up whenever Robert Woods was out, and then he blew up whenever Nico Collins was out, right? Well, Nico Collins has a tear to his calf, and or at least he has an injury to his calf. And think about how that practice schedule went with Collins. He was limited on Wednesday, then did not practice Thursday, did not practice Friday. Okay, so something happened on Wednesday. All right, so and a strain takes about 2 to 8 weeks. The very most 8 weeks. Very, very most. Okay, that's the worst case. But you're looking at 2. Okay, so there's a good chance he'll be out this week, and so that would be a good move for Noah Brown. And I also, man, whenever he was playing, he was playing somewhere between 60 to 70% of the snaps. All right. So
Nico.
Yeah. Noah Brown. Okay. Whenever they were all together. Okay. And so what I'm seeing now is I think that you'll probably see a rotation of Robert Woods and Noah Brown, with Collins and Tank Dell being the main guys. But Brown played really well, or he's always out there during 11 personnel. Okay. He's always out there. Right. And so.
You mean 12 personnel?
No, 11. 11. Yeah, Woods and Brown were on the field during 11 personnel, and they split playing time in 12 personnel. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what and the Texans play a lot of 11 personnel. And also Noah Brown is a guy that whenever CJ Stroud, when it's breaking down, that's the guy that Stroud looks for. So
and he's the slot guy.
Exactly. And you already know how I like slot. You already know that, Connor. Yeah,
he had like 19 targets, right? Or he had 190 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did great.
Yeah, and no touchdowns, just yards.
Just yards, right? Yeah,
just yards.
Yeah, and last week he got 6 catches on 153 yards. So he is somebody that you want pieces of CJ Stroud because he's starting to explode. Okay, we're excited here in Houston because we haven't seen stuff like this ever.
We've never had a quarterback this good.
No, not even Watson at his prime was this good. Yeah, so.
Well, Brian, you know what? It looks like Houston, with the whole Watson situation, it looks like we got a happy ending.
There you go. Yes.
I'm here all week.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Noah Brown, is he at the top of your list, or would you put like Demario Douglas, or
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Demario? You don't know who Demario is?
Who is Demario?
Demario! Oh, you don't know Demario? Yeah.
Every time he gets fouled. Oh!
Oh, you heard Demario. Yeah, so no, Douglas caught 6 passes for 84 yards for the New England Patriots. The new
I definitely want Noah Brown more than him.
Okay, see, this is a guy that everybody's really excited about, is Demario Douglas, and he looks good, he does. But dude, they just sat Mac Jones. They have Zappy coming up.
Yeah, that's like the Texans bias. Like, people just subconsciously still don't want to target Texans players.
Dude, it's crazy because you want, like, Connor has been from the jump of the show. Connor's been talking about getting wide receivers that are connected to good quarterbacks. That's have been your mantra from the jump, from the very top, Connor. If we go back to Shoot the Gap episode 1, that'll probably be one of the first words out of your mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
You know. So and the mantra's been true. Okay, I've listened to it. I've won my rings. Connor's won his rings doing that. So yeah, man, connect to the better quarterback. And when you're looking at it, Michael Wilson. How about that? Michael Wilson or Rondell Moore attached to Kyler Murray? Would you want either those guys or Noah Brown?
Noah Brown.
There you go. Okay. How about Michael Wilson though? How about or Rondell Moore? How you feel about those guys? Now that Kyler Murray's back.
I don't know, because Hollywood didn't have that good of a day when Kyler was back, but Kyler did get a running touchdown, and I know that he hasn't played in a long time, so I'm just chalking it up to, rusty, and I'm assuming everyone's going to be better next week.
Okay, so you're not wanting to get pieces of Arizona Cardinals just yet. Okay.
I don't think the Cardinals' offense is going to be like the Texans. I mean, the Texans, they're a very rare offense. I'd say they're a top 10 offense for fantasy right now. I mean, there's just some offenses that they're so high powered, you want all the pieces of them. They just, the Cardinals they aren't going to be that team this year.
Okay, Quentin Johnston, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about him?
No, I looked at his stats. He's not. He needs to have like a Noah Brown game for me to he needs to go the fuck off for me to believe he's the real deal. Until he does that, I'm just not gonna believe it.
And Keaton and Allen's the tough man. That guy is super tough. So if I know that he's day to day right now. I fully expect him to start. So if you're thinking about...
Yeah, that motherfucker is tough.
If you're thinking about picking up Quentin Johnston because Keenan Allen might be hurt, I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yeah. So and we already talked about Trenton Irwin. So you're not really too excited about that guy, too jazzed about him. See here. What about Rashid Shaheed? You had him for a little bit, so you're a little bit intimate.
I mean, the Michael Thomas news is good. That definitely. I would take a shot on him.
Shaheed or
Noah.
Or Quentin Johnson.
Oh, Shaheed.
Okay. That's funny. Shaheed or how about Michael Wilson?
Shaheed
or DeMario.
Shaheed, because Shaheed can get like a 3-yard target and take it to the house, and he's done it.
Let's go to running back. Running back. This is the one that I'm really wanting to talk about real quick, Connor. Let's talk about this. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give you first shot at it, okay? Because I'm going to see if this is the guy you and I were talking. All right. It might be, it might not be. I don't know. In fact, let me do it this way. You tell me who the guy you think I'm that I have concerns about, that people are preaching, screaming from the mountaintops. Who do you think it is?
Keaton Mitchell.
Yes, you're right. And tell me why, Connor.
Because he got a touchdown on like one of his first touches, and he wasn't used very much. It was the same story. He was hyper efficient with his usage.
Yeah, I heard a ridiculous take. Okay, first of all, if you remember last year, was it Tyson Williams? I think that's who it was, the rookie, the young running back that looked really good for the Ravens, but then they just kept on putting out old busted running backs, out there, Kenyon Drake and all that, because that's what that's who the coach trusts. They trust vets. Well, they have one, Gus Edwards. Okay, so he's not going to usurp Gus Edwards, right? So you already have that concern. Justice Hill, he might have taken over Justice Hill's spot. That might have happened. But you're also...
I think that has.
Okay, who is the number one running back, Connor, for the Baltimore Ravens?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, exactly right. Okay, and see, that's what people seem to be like it's been the overshadow. Like, I've heard, comparisons like between Ty Chandler and Keaton Mitchell. That's kind of the big three right now that we'll discuss running. But these are the only three running backs we're going to discuss: Keaton Mitchell, Ty Chandler, and Devin Singletary. So the top one they're saying is Keaton Mitchell because of what he looked like, and that Harbaugh came out and said, like, oh, we want to get him more involved. Well, what does that mean? He only had 3 carries. Okay, so more involved 5, 6. I mean, still, dude, and you still have the wide running back 1, Lamar Jackson, who always likes to run in touchdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it seems crazy to me that this guy is the one that everybody's saying, oh, he's the guy to go out and get, whenever Ty Chandler, to me, is the number one. To me, it's Ty Chandler because of not only the Alexander Madison news, but also the fact that he might take over for Alexander. And one of the most ridiculous takes. Let me finish this, and I'll let you talk.
No, go ahead.
The most ridiculous takes that I heard today from an extremely popular football podcast was take Keaton Mitchell over Ty Chandler because quote unquote, from this one guy. I'm not going to say who it is because I'm not in.
Mike, the fantasy hitman.
No,
from fantasy football.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. And so
it was Andy.
Yes, it was. Yes, what he said. Okay, you nailed it.
Because it wasn't Jason. Jason's smart.
No. What he said is that I trust the committee with the Baltimore Ravens better, and the opportunities more for Mitchell with the Baltimore Ravens than I do Ty Chandler and the committee he has with Joshua Dobbs running. So he's saying that Joshua Dobbs is going to take away from Ty Chandler more than Lamar Jackson is going to take away from Keaton Mitchell. Does that make sense to you, Colin?
Man, that ultimate draft kit must be worth it, huh? No, I mean, I think it... I mean, look, I'm not going to just sit here and be like, we right, they wrong, us smart, them bad. Obviously, it's a nuanced issue. And one thing I will say is that I think Keaton Mitchell is faster than Tyson Chandler. So I understand, maybe seeing more upside. But I agree with you 100%, because if you're picking up a running back at this point, you need a starter. And if you want a starting running back, you don't want 3 quality touches. You want 10 to 15 touches, which, Mitchell won't get. I think Tyson Chandler will get. Looking at the stats, Mitchell, he only got 3 carries and a target, which I'm sure Brian already said, but he had 9 carries last game. So his usage went down this week, not up.
Yeah. And it's always, you're going to have that problem with Lamar Jackson. Even to prove that point, the touchdown that Ty Chandler scored, do you know what that was, Connor? That was a direct snap to Ty Chandler. Okay, so the quarterback wasn't even involved. Okay,
Nice.
so
You love to hear that.
yeah, so I would say the way I rank it, Connor, and you tell me if what you think between those three, between Ty Chandler, Keaton Mitchell, and Devin Singletary. My priority is Chandler, Singletary, and then Mitchell. Do you agree with that? And if you do or if you don't, move on to Devin Singletary and tell me your thoughts on. First of all, do you agree? Do you agree with that number? With that?
I'm looking at Devin Singletary's stats, so I don't know because he went off. But no, I'm sorry. Yes, I agree with your point. Let's move on to Devin Singletary.
Okay, no, but do you agree? It's Chandler, Singletary, Mitchell.
I think it's Singletary, Chandler, Mitchell.
Singletary, Singletary before Chandler. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this. And what I want you to look at is I want you to take a look at the game before last. Okay, that is a thing. Okay, you tell me which one's going to be more true. Okay, look at the usage from the 2 weeks ago and the usage from last week. You tell me what's going to happen, and you tell me if you think that's going to be a thing whenever Pierce is healthy.
So Devin Singletary had 30 carries for 150 yards and a tutty. He had a reception for 11 yards. And Brian's right. Dameon Pierce wasn't out. He missed his second straight game. And what Brian was pretty much saying is that this was an outlier game, and he's probably going to come back down to earth whenever Pierce comes back. And I agree with Brian. I mean, Nico Collins also wasn't in this game, so they had to rely on the rock a little more, which probably will go away whenever he comes back.
So, do you agree with those numbering now? Singletary, so do you still...
Yes, I agree with the Tyson, Chandler, Singletary.
Okay. All right. It wasn't an argument to try to get you to agree with me. I just wanted to make sure and clear this out with everybody. And there's one guy, everybody. There's one guy that has, in my whole fantasy football experience, has been just a bane of my fantasy football experience. He's just the guy that's just a thorn right in my side, right there. You know what that name of that thorn is, Connor? You know what the name of that thorn is?
What?
Mike Boone. Okay, Mike Boone screws everything up. He screwed things up in Denver whenever it was supposed to be, was it Royce Freeman? It was supposed to be, everything was supposed to be cool over there. And then it screwed things up over there with Minnesota when it was supposed to be just Dalvin Cook and maybe just a little bit of Madison involved. And bam, here he is, thorn to the side, Mike Boone. I played this game before, and I know what Mike Boone does to fantasy whenever you get excited about it. So so excited about the other player. So yeah, that's another thing that makes me a little nervous about that. Let's move on to let's see here. If he's out there, this is a no-brainer. Zach Charbonnet is out there. Tyjae Spears. He's somebody I would look at picking up.
I would rank him below the other guys, though, of course.
Okay, Chandler, right, or Charbonnet,
Spears.
Yeah, Charbonnet and Spears is below,
and Charbonnet, yeah, I think that's kind of
those are handcuffs.
Assumed though,
those are handcuffs, yeah. And Zach Moss, is he droppable?
Yes.
Okay. I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly because
I know you do.
Yeah, because and the reason why because that's what everybody's been saying is to drop him. And I understand like what it says, what you're seeing, but Jonathan Taylor is. It only takes one injury, and he explodes. Same thing with Charbonnet. They're in the same situation. One injury, and those guys are going to explode. And so I like having that on my roster. So I wouldn't start him, but I wouldn't let him go. Tight ends, Connor. I'm just going to name these guys' names. You tell me yes or no. Luke Musgrave from the Green Bay Packers.
No.
Pat Freiermuth from the Steelers.
No.
Michael Mayer from the Raiders. I mean, you're a big Raider fan now.
No.
Tyler Conklin from the Jets.
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so hold on to your tight ends, man.
I like Irv Smith this week, man. That's my guy.
Okay, Irv Smith. That's your only tight end that you would get, right? Irv Smith.
Yeah, because no one else.
Okay. All right, let's move on to.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Njoku's still on waivers in a lot of leagues.
Yes, he is. So you're back to on the Njoku trade.
Yeah, he's good. He's good if you need a guy who's on bye.
If is that contingent on Watson playing or not? Because he's got an MRI done on his ankle or something. I think he has.
I
I
don't
think he
think
has a high
so.
ankle. He has a low grade high ankle, but he should play. But if
I think if he just gets a massage, he'll be okay.
well, yeah, that solves everything. All right, so let's quickly. We only got a few minutes here. We kind of went a little long on the waiver wire. Sorry about that. But
No, we did really good.
I got a little passionate about it. Well, dude, because I just want to make sure that people understand that there's common sense involved, especially with the running backs and everything. That this is what we're here for. We're here not to tell you what to do. We're here to help you make educated decisions. And I don't want you to get all excited because you know what? These same people, these same big podcasts that they talk, they not only do they have a section of, hey, these are waiver wire pick people you need to pick up. They also have like their own version of my bad. Like, oh, sorry for recommending that. Oh, I was wrong about that. Okay, they have an apology section. Okay, for a reason. So, don't be a goat. And just listen to what people are telling you to do and just follow them. Think on your own, man. Think on your make your decisions. That's what we're here for, to help you make educated decisions. All right, move on to Thursday night football. All right, so on Thursday, this is going to be a great one. The Bengals of Cincinnati travel to Charm City to face the Ravens of Baltimore, man. Right now, listen to this delicious over-under. You want to guess what the over-under is, Connor?
54.5.
Oh, not that delicious. Yeah.
48?
Oh, well, okay. If you're thinking steak, think like pork chop. Okay. So don't go to Wagyu. Go to like a really good pork chop.
50.
46. Yeah, 46 points.
46.
Yeah.
Not even 48?
No, 46. 46.
Man, y'all got any more of those that one Chiefs Rams game? I need every game to be like that, dude.
Well, dude, it's probably going to be like that. Okay, I
hope so.
I agree with you. So you're saying take the over on 46. That's what the Ravens.
Probably not with Higbee injured. I'm sorry, Higgins.
Yeah, I was like Higbee. I was like, okay. No, yeah, the Ravens are favored by 3.5. No weather concerns at all. It's going to be a beautiful night. Beautiful night for football. So, so you're saying that? So you agree with the 46? You were saying 54, 56, 48. Upset it wasn't 48, but now you're saying the 40. Take the under on 46.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's a reason why I do what I do for a living. And
okay, I don't know, man. They got it pretty wrong before, dude. They've been really, really wrong before. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So what does your gut say, Connor? Screw your brain. What does your gut say about it?
We're going to have a really exciting game. This is a division rivalry game, and the division rivalry games are always different because even if a team is quote-unquote something or something, it can kind of be like an X Factor thing. So I'm really hoping that we have a really high-scoring game. I've got players on both sides. I've got Mark Andrews. I've got Joe Mixon. Obviously, I'm starting those guys.
Ooh, are you worried about Mixon against that Ravens defense, man? That run defense is for real.
It is, but you know who else is for real? Joe, main man, Mixon.
Wow. Okay. Is he?
He's the main man. Think of another running back they use. You can't.
Well,
he's the main man.
I understand that he's the main man, but just because you're the main man, if you're going against a strong run defense, let me ask you: do you attack? Which way would you like to attack the Ravens, through the air or through the ground?
Man, honestly, I don't know, because whenever the Lions played the Ravens, all they were able to do was use Gibbs. So they might just throw it to, Mixon.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, you definitely, I would, if you have Mixon, you're not going to sit him. I mean, you're just not going to.
You're not going to start Mixon.
Or you're not going to sit Mixon. Not going to sit.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay, so you're not going to sit Chase. You're not going to sit Joe Burrow. You're not going to sit Lamar. You're not going to sit Mark Andrews. All right, now let's talk about
or Justin Tucker.
Right? Yeah. And you're starting the Baltimore defense. You're not sitting that. Are you? Are you starting any of the defenses?
I'm not.
Okay. So that's where we're starting the line. Okay, because I wanted to clear the ones that were no brainer. Okay, ones that we just didn't need to spend any time. All right.
Mm.
Okay. So let's talk about the so Tyler Boyd without Higgins. How you feel about him now against the Ravens? Great opportunity.
Yeah, great opportunity.
So would you start?
Yeah.
Would you start him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Tyler Boyd or Noah Brown without
Noah Brown.
Okay. All right. So and on the Bengals side, is there anybody that I'm forgetting? You already said nothing on. You like Irv Smith? Would you start Irv Smith?
Yeah, I would start Irv Smith on Thursday.
Okay,
yeah.
I like that too. I like Irv Smith, especially on how he's been doing lately. So anybody else on the Bengals?
No, not really. I don't think Evan McPherson is really a kicker you want in your lineups because he's been struggling this year, and
He did good last week.
he's streaky though.
That's right. It's inconsistent.
But you know what? I've been really unlucky with kickers, so maybe as long as I don't have them, they'll do good for me.
Hey!
Because McManus was doing awesome all year, and the second I start him, he sucked.
Are you starting McPherson?
The kicker?
Yeah, are you?
I dropped him. I dropped him from
Okay,
McManus.
so everybody start McPherson. Okay.
Yeah, there
You
go.
got the green light. You got the green light. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Ravens side, how are you feeling about Keaton Mitchell or Gus Edwards or Justin?
I mean, I have Keaton Mitchell in a league, my salary league, and I mean, I'm not starting him obviously because I have David Montgomery, Pacheco, and Mixon, but I'm not going to drop him. I'm just going to hold.
Okay, so no start. Well, you starting any of those guys?
No.
Even
I'm starting Mark Andrews.
Oh no, okay, but remember what Devin Singletary just did to the Cincinnati Bengals? Okay, so I mean, is there any of those running backs? And Gus Edwards seems to always get a touchdown every game. He seems to manage that. So would you start Gus Edwards?
Oh yeah, I would start Gus Edwards.
Okay, that's where I was getting at. Yeah, Justice Hill, I wouldn't start Justice.
I wouldn't start him, and I wouldn't start Mitchell either, just because, I understand he scored 2 touchdowns in 2 weeks, but the usage is just not good enough to start, and you can't trust John Harbaugh's word.
Yeah, and I would I don't know. Or how about the wide receivers? The wide receivers for the Baltimore: Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham Jr., Zay Flowers. How do you feel about any of those guys? It's supposed to be a high over/under. 46 is not something to sneeze at.
Really, just Zay.
Wow. Okay. So okay. All right. Yeah, that was asking for a friend. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I like Zay Flowers. I will say that when I'm forced to start Zay Flowers because of a bye week situation, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, okay, I'll start him. And I was like, okay, he led the team in targets and receptions and yards last week. Okay, that's cool. And then I saw that over and under. I was like, oh, hang on now. You get a 46 over under, anything over 45, and you're wanting pieces in that. So yeah, so I like Mark Andrews, who's the true wide receiver one
Yes.
for the Ravens. But as far as anybody in the wide receiver 2 for him, Zay Flowers, yeah, I would start them, and I think that's end of story right there. I think I think there's nothing really more to go into on that. One thing I would make sure to remind people again: Thursday, take those players out of your flex, put them in the normal positions. Don't lock down your flex for the week. Make sure to do that. Okay, all right. So let's go and you got anything more you want to say about that?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, then let's go and close it down. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Let us know you're out there and loving the show. Click the bell, because we do all types of shows. Not only this, we also have that last minute start sit. You want to make sure and get that because we got the most latest information to help you with the start sit advice. So stuff changes between Friday and Saturday. A lot changes, and we're going to have that information, and it affects our start sit decisions. So we're going to be there to help you make a decision on that. So make sure, click that bell. You're going to want to know, you're going to want to hear that and watch that. Want to make sure and thank High Volume Music Radio. Yeah, they're a supporter of the show, highvolumemusicradio.com. Check out my show, Drive Time Sports, Charlie and Brian on High Volume Radio. It's a sports talk show, so if you want to talk fantasy, feel free to call. It's a live interaction, so that's every Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central. And also make sure, check out Connor's book, You Know Too Much, on Amazon. Yeah, so on behalf of me your humble and C. Brian the Amigo Baldwin, and of course Connor the Gut Marshall. I want to thank you for watching. We hope that this year is even a better year than the last. Party shot, Connor.
Try to send out one more batch of trades because trade deadline's this week.
Sad. It's sad. You know, dude, I'm actually even thinking I'm considering extending our trade deadline for freedom. Because everything is so close now. Because, you know, the whole reason why we did it to now is so that nobody can like start picking off the dead, you know? So yeah, so you'd be in favor of that if we did that.
I would.
Okay. I'm going to talk to the co-commissioner about it and see, because I think that just in this particular year, we might be able to move it back a little bit. Since everybody's fighting for playoffs, only one person I think is out of the playoffs. So, you know, that's pretty good. My party shot: if you aren't 7-3 or better, you are living week to week, everybody. So make your moves accordingly. Okay, and what I mean by that is great to have handcuffs. But if there's someone on the waiver wire that will give you a better chance to win you a week, then don't be afraid to make that difficult decision.
I think someone just made a move, Brian.
All right, now it's been a show because Connor made a move in the middle of the show. It's been a show.
Should we say who I picked up?
Dude, I'm extremely happy you did what you... I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic.
Now we're Eskimo brothers.
I'm ecstatic, dude. I'm ecstatic, and I'll explain to you when we're off the air. All right, let's go in.
Okay.
Last line. Remember, everyone, in fantasy football, as in life,
don't dream it.
Be it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.